If you need to know how the D.C. smear machine works, look no further than the case of California Congressman Dana Rohrabacher. He thinks the U.S. may have more to gain under certain circumstances by cooperating with Russia than by fighting with them. That view may sound familiar since Barack Obama held it just a few years ago, but things have changed dramatically in Washington. Last week, the New York Times targeted Rohrabacher, printing leaks from unnamed officials who said Rohrabacher was warned in 2012 that Russian intelligence was trying to recruit him. Now the left is treating him like a Russian spy. Keep in mind there's no evidence he did anything wrong. Congressman Dana Rohrabacher of Orange County joins us tonight. Congressman, thanks for coming on.
Hey, Tucker. Good to be with you.
So are you now or have you ever been a spy for the Russian government?
No, nor have I ever received any financial support from the Russian government or Russian people, period. That's all baloney.
So the essence of this story is that Russian agents who are not named, according to officials who are not named, were discussing ways to recruit you. Do you think that's true?
That's basically the essence of the story. I had met a I'm the chairman now of the committee, the subcommittee in Congress that oversees our relations with Europe, Russia, and Central Asia.
Yes.
And I had been on a congressional delegation to Russia. I'd met a member of the state equivalent of the Russian State Department there. He was later transferred to Washington and went out of his way to remake our acquaintance. Now, that's what the FBI was warning me about, that he might be that he was an intelligence officer. Well, I treat anybody from the Russian embassy, or frankly, any embassy, when I don't know the person, I treat them as an intelligence officer. That's the rational thing to do.
So, I mean, the implication of the story, though, is that you were doing something wrong. Now, I guess the obvious question is, that was 5 years ago. Why did it come out now?
Well, this is basically what we're experiencing. Something with no substance in it, and it's being stated in a very sinister way to leave people with the idea that I have done something or President Trump has done something wrong, and we in some way have done something that isn't beneficial for the United States, but is in some way beneficial to Russia. By the way, at the same time, the people leaving that sinister idea, they don't even mention Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation raising millions of dollars from oligarchs in Russia. At the same time, they're selling away America's uranium to those oligarchs.
Right. No, this is if you're to look up McCarthyism, this is exactly what it looks like. This is the definition of it. Do you think the United States, though, as a policy matter, has something to gain from cooperating with Russia under certain circumstances?
Well, that's where I'm actually, I am a lone voice, except for President Trump has the same inclination, and that is we've got to prioritize who our enemy is. In World War II, our enemy was Adolf Hitler and the Japanese militarists, and we needed Joe Stalin, and we worked with him. Well, our primary enemy is no longer the Soviet Union. The Cold War is over, and I fought the Cold War, as you are well aware, and was a player. I was Reagan's staffer, but I did a lot of things in the Cold War to defeat the Soviet Union. But the Soviet Union doesn't exist. Our priority enemy now has to be radical Islamic terrorists. If there's a nuclear bomb that goes off in one of our cities, that will be the enemy. We need to cooperate with Russia. They're being murdered just like the rest of our allies to defeat the primary enemy. I get a lot of guff about that because there's this unrelenting hostility towards Russia that would, they're not there. It's an imperfect government there. They are not as good a democracy as our Western European allies, but they should be helping us defeat radical Islam.
So finally, is this having real-world consequences? I mean, McCarthyism by its nature hurts people, makes it harder for them to do the jobs they do. Has this affected your life? I know you're running for re-election. This is an issue in your campaign?
Oh, it is. Oh, well, you have some multimillionaires who are running against me now who will probably put out, and I already have been putting out these hit pieces that are aimed trying to convince people that I've been engaged in some type of illegal act or something. It's the same thing they're doing with Trump. I mean, let's face it. You got all of these sinister implications when there's nothing there. I mean, I've been looking for proof that the Russians had something to do with hacking into the DNC emails, but it's not there. After you hear these people testify, well, Trump is being castigated now, and this is an attempt. Boy, and I'm in the same boat with him, but you know what? Trump is doing a good job. He's over there expanding America's influence among people who thought we were pushovers for the last 8 years, and both on the terrorist side, but also on our allied side. So I'm proud to be backing up President Trump in these efforts.
Congressman Dana Rohrabacher, who, by the way, when it actually mattered, was on the right side of the fight against Russia. Thank you for that.
That's right. Thank you.